In our last video, we put our newfound concrete skills to the test by pouring a new curb and pavers in the pool area.
Well, gosh dang, I ain't so bad. I'd give myself a solid B, even a B+.
But what pool area isn't complete without an outdoor shower? Today we are tackling forming and pouring the concrete shower base.
There's a whole spot over here that doesn't have concrete. That's what I'm talking about.
And milling all the lumber we need for the shower walls.
Hey everyone, we're back improving the backyard pool area space once again, and we're doing so by adding an outdoor shower that's going to go right here, which is going to be great for those days where we're real hot and sweaty and nasty and want to take a shower before entering the house or entering the pool. And we're going to start off by pouring another concrete slab for it, which is entirely going to be so overkill and unnecessary. However, again, like I said in the last video, really trying to learn about concrete and how it works and the different aspects. So we're going to be pouring a concrete slab with a sort of very small stem wall that goes around it. And we're going to be timber framing from our own trees that we're going to mill a entire little setup here for an outdoor shower. So let's start forming up, getting ready for concrete. And later in the video, we'll be milling logs.
As soon as we get all the tools in this area looking all clean and nice, we gotta bring it back out.
Bring it back out, huh? Yep. I have a basic square form here all set up, but I want to talk about a few things that are kind of important that are going on here. So this is going to have 3 walls on it, and it's going to have a door opening right here. The water needs to go out underneath the door, so the water needs to naturally drain this way. So we need this thing to slope that way. However, if you remember back to when we did our pavers, the pavers slope that way. So this needs to match up with the pavers too, so that you're not going different, you know, pitches when you're stepping in and out of these things. So in short, what's happening here is this form is running that way downhill as well as this way downhill. So theoretically the water will come out on this bottom corner right there and go around the corner. We're going to form up some little bitty curb walls that wrap all the way around here now. What we don't want is those curb walls to match all of this funkiness. We want those to be nice and level, whatever level is, but consistent, whatever that height is, so that when we build off of it, we're starting from a level structure, but the floor won't be level because we don't want it to be. Hope that makes sense. So you're gonna see some gaps and things is what I'm getting at in this form, and that's the reasons why it looks like that. That makes sense? Hello? No! No, please put me on your do not call list. Ugh. So once again, I'm back to getting a bunch of spam calls, and that's because there's companies out there that are selling my data and or just mishandling it and not protecting it well. And it's incredibly frustrating because I don't know what's a spam call or what just might be an important phone call anymore. And that's made even worse because there's been a bunch of data leaks recently. One of the wildest data breaches recently is the AT&T one, which revealed that nearly all of their customers had their calls and text exposed in a massive data breach. And it was just a few months ago that they revealed that 70 million of their customers had their social security numbers leaked on the dark web, and that included me, unfortunately. Luckily, we have an app that will help keep your data safe, and it's called Aura, and they are the sponsor of today's video. Aura will let me know if my phone number or other sensitive information has been compromised, like as if someone is trying to use that information to log into my bank account or use my credit card, or in the instance of the AT&T thing, they let me know that my social security number ended up in that leak, which not super fun to deal with, huh? Aura also offers transaction monitoring, VPN, as well as antivirus, password management, parental controls, as well as identity theft insurance, all within one single app for an affordable price. You can also use their AI service, which will answer calls on your behalf, scan them, and make sure that they're not a spam call, and then actually forward those legitimate calls to you so that you don't miss out on any important phone calls, but also don't get bugged by the pesky spammers. If you're getting spam text messages, Aura also filters out those numbers as well as checks any links to make sure there's no phishing scams happening in your text messages. If you would like to protect your data and your family's data, you can go to aura.com/woodbrew where you can get 2 weeks for free, as well as you can check the links in the description below. Thank you so much, Aura, for sponsoring this week's video and protecting our data. Let's get back to the video.
Got the rebar this time?
We're doing rebar because we're doing an actual structural slab here. Wow. 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 Our children play extremely rough. Girls!
Luna can't keep up.
Gotta make this thing bend right about there. That means we need to come down a good bit and start the bend somewhere about right there. We'll put that guy back down. Put my foot right about here. Try to keep that one straight. We got the high-tech Harriet bender right here. You might only need one of these pieces. Brother, I think I knew about concrete or something.
Well, gosh, now, what do you say?
Well, gosh dang! I mean, I could bend this sucker and we could put a little piece across there. Might as well. It costs $5. Also, the store didn't have any rebar ties, so I just cut some pieces off leftover fence we had, which should work just fine. Sometimes you gotta improvise, you know? They're not actually working, they're just breaking. Can't get them tight, they just fall apart. Well, this wire is very thin, but I think it's gonna be stronger and work. Oh yeah, this will work.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Molly. You and your little gardening wire. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Oh yeah. That'll do just fine, donkey. Well, it's time to pour some concrete again. Let's get these forms wet and hope for the best. We have some very large holes in here. The concrete will come out of it a little bit, but I'm hoping it stops. If it doesn't, then we'll have to pause and fill those gaps. But concrete will not pour too wet. Key thing, Molly. It'll work with those, no problem. I don't need a gym membership.
Nope.
This, folks, should we even explain what this is?
I don't know.
This is for making the concrete flow where we want it to flow. You got a booger on your nose. You ready for this? Ooh. Boy, does she work. The gnats. They're killing me, Smalls.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Uh-oh, a rock.
And we got a while, I think, before this is gonna go off. Did a little late in the day. Ain't got no sun. It's past my eating time. About to be my bedtime. Goodness, I might be out here with a light on in the dark working on this thing. Cause I gotta let it set up a pretty good bit. How many bags we do?
I don't know. Go count. It looks like a lot.
1 shakalaka, 2 shakalaka, 3 shakalaka, 12, 13, 14. 14 bags. 91 bucks.
Not bad.
Plus 10 for the rebar. Plus 15 for the bolts that we're going to put in a little bit. So that's 25 plus 91. Just round up, call it 125 bucks. Buckarookies.
Just for the pan.
Plus 30 something dollars, $35 for 2x4s, which brings us up to $160 for this foundation. Thank goodness we're milling the rest.
I was about to say, that added up fast.
That added up quick.
It's like 91's not bad.
Yeah. Pretty sure I actually made a mistake not filling in these gaps. Not on the outsides. I think that's going to be fine, but what I didn't take into consideration was getting underneath the gap to make the inside look nice and crisp in that corner. So I'm about to try to remove these forms very early so that I can work and finish that out. However, I'm very aware that that might mess up some things. And it's possible that I mess up these tops being perfectly flat if I do that. But if I don't, then I think the inside's going to look pretty bad in the corners. So I'm just sort of stuck with this awkward position of, I don't know, I guess beginner's mistakes or whatever. But let's give this a go. So far, so good. Glad I did that. There's a whole spot over here that doesn't have concrete. Good call. Yeah, good call, Dylan. Oh, the other thing I realized I didn't do was drop my J-bolts in. But I really want these edges to look nice and crispy. So we may end up using a different fastening method after all. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and run the edger while I've got these corners out. Do I pull this form or do I not pull this form? I really feel like I need to pull this inside form. Good. This is where things could get out of hand. I don't know if there's any good way for me to get this out without pulling it straight to me and then fixing the damage. You can. I got it. Brother, I'd call that a major success. That's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. It's looking good. First ever attempt at a broom finish, and I probably waited too late, but I was busy doing a lot of things. But we need a little bit of texture on here, that's for sure. So let's see what we can do.
Not bad.
It's a broom finish. It's a broom finish. Might have been a little aggressive broom finish, but it's a broom finish. Yeah, whatever. As you can see, we're working with less than ideal situations right now. And your boy is real hungry, real tired, and my back is killing me. I'm barely making it. Well, folks, it is 9:20 p.m. We went to get materials at noon.
Yeah.
So, how long did it take? 9.5 hours.
Ready for bed?
Man, I'm starting to rethink this concrete thing. Oh, it looks so good though. I mean, considering, it looks really good. We'll see how flat and whatever it is tomorrow, but I gotta say, for a first go around something that complicated, I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm also pumped about going to bed right now, so. It's pouring down rain. Oh no. I really hope that tent keeps the rain off. I was just about to go to sleep. Oh, not ideal. Well, folks, here's the damage report. We've got a chip here in the corner from where I threw these pieces of metal on there, is what it is. Also got a lot of water damage on the top here from where the water was hitting it. That's not going to matter because our boards are going to sit on top of that. However, The bottom is more aggressive than we really wanted, and I think a big part of that is because water was running down it and kind of grooving it. So we might have to address that later. However, in the grand scheme of things, I think it turned out really good. Now, we got to get us some lumber so we can finish building this thing out. So let's head to the back of the property to our sawmill and get some logs on it, and we'll start milling some lumber.
How's that new belt holding up?
Well, the keen eyes of you might have noticed this fancy belt appearing in a video or two. And that's because Molly and I have been working on something very near and dear to our heart behind the scenes. And I'm finally getting to really put through the paces the first prototypes of a product that will be coming to market, which is this leather belt, as well as this accessory for your tape measure and things. But I don't know exactly when it'll be launching, but Molly and I have been wanting to start a separate company called Proven Hands for a while now, and we've been behind the scenes sort of getting things started there, testing products out, figuring out how we're going to do it. But the entire idea behind it is that we want to create products that are 100% made in America, meaning from start to finish, every piece of hardware to the finished product, everything is made in the US using US source materials, and very heavy duty and high quality. So this will be one of the first products that we release, testing some things out on it. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to sign up for an email newsletter that will just keep you up to date on what's going on with this whole thing. And hopefully before Christmas, we'll be rolling out our very first ever product for Proven Hands, which is going to be pretty cool, Molly.
That's so weird to hear.
I know. It's very exciting, but these are very much teasers. It may change, who knows. Sourcing materials in the US has proven extraordinarily difficult, and that's what I'm working on right now. Well, I'm not sure if that is actually enough, but the good news is we can go cut some more if we need to. This is definitely plenty enough to get started. Got a ton of 4x4s, got a ton of 1x6s, but that's all we have for this week's video because Molly and I are trying to get at least a couple videos ahead before this baby comes, so I hope you respect that. We might be less stuff happening in a video just to get ahead. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to go check out the links in the description below if you're curious about anything we use in this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.